Are you hungry?
Yes, I am.
Are you hungry? Yes, I am.
Hopefully everyone can see and hear me. Can I get a 5x5? Sometimes it doesn't work when I'm out here. Looks like we got a good crowd right now, though, tonight. Hey, Buster. Hey, Verna. CDB. It looks like Nikki's in here with Short Pickins. Phil's in here. Awesome name as always. And hey, Psych. Good to see you. 5x5. Cool. So hello, everyone. Welcome to my Saturday evening chat here. And for all the regulars, and if you watch in replay or wonder who this guy is, my name is Matt. I'm here with the Grafter Branch Homestead. So we're here on our very small urban homestead in training where we are practicing the skills now for later in life when we get on some land. And so, hey, H, and everyone that's in here. Great to see you guys. So today I'm coming to you from the Quail Shack again. It's been a little bit, but I decided to get something going that I kind of wanted to show and talk about a little bit. And yep, that's my mealworms. So let's talk about mealworms for a quick minute, and then we'll get inside. And so here at the Grafter Branch Homestead, we raise mealworms, and people do this for several different reasons. The main one is they'll raise them for protein for animal feed, for either pets like lizards, things like that, or things like the quail or the chicken or other animals. They do provide a ton of protein. They also provide, here, I got a little bit, there we go. Yeah, so a lot of proteins, a lot of fats, a lot of calcium. The mealworms in particular, I like to do because they do provide a whole lot of that calcium. There's a couple other big benefits to mealworms too over raising some other insects like black soldier flies or some other things like that. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But usually why people raise them is for animal feed. They are excellent at taking farm or, let me set this down. They're excellent at taking farm, homestead, garden, all your scraps, your compost scraps really, and breaking those down extremely fast, way faster than your compost pile could. So you can take a dead fish or some vegetable and put it in with the mealworms, and in a matter of hours, depending on how many you have, they will completely break that down into a couple products that we'll talk about as well. And so we'll get back in the comments in a minute here. But so they can break that compost down. Anything you have leftovers from butchering, like innards or things like that that you don't really want to put in your other compost pile, you can give to the worms. They'll break down. If you have vegetable scraps or things you may not necessarily want to eat, just throw a couple in there. Now I titled it The Resilience of Mealworms, and I'll talk about that a little bit because they really don't need a lot and they hardly need any care. Bottom Devin there. Look at Sharp. Hey, thanks. There's like, so another great use though for mealworms in particular is they're going to give you frass. And if you're not familiar what frass is, it's basically the worm castings, the worm waste or the worm poop from the mealworms. But that is going to be an extremely good additive or amendment to garden soil. And so this is going to be a powerful benefit from the worms as well, besides just animal feed. And so it's extremely, the frass is extremely dense and rich in chitin. It's also really dense and rich in carbon, micro and macronutrients, and organic nitrogens. This frass or this animal castings can be made into a tea or just top dressed on your garden. It doesn't have to be composted anymore. So there's a couple reasons why people would keep mealworms or grow them. Here on the homestead, we do them for animal feed. So they will go to the chickens, to the quail, and then the frass in the garden. Truth be told, projects have gotten away a little bit, and so I've neglected my mealworms quite a bit. And so for about the last, let me just check that real quick. Oh, okay. Before I get into this, there's a note I had written down that I wanted to mention. One of the good things that the frass does for the garden, if you wonder, to amend the soil, is it activates the plant's self-defenses. The different enzymes in the plant to fight disease, it basically kind of puts the plant in panic mode without having a threat. And so it's going to up its ability to fight diseases and battle off different things like that. It's going to strengthen the plant. And so with that said, now I got to remember where I was. That's all right. So I really like growing these worms. We'll use them for many different things. So they've been sitting in these tubs on this shelf for about the last 8 months. So through winter, where the temperatures drop down into the teens, all the way until now, where, I don't know if you can see that, but it's 94 degrees in here, and it does get over 100. And so these worms have been in these tubs back here that I'm going to show in a minute. Neglected. I haven't fed them. I haven't watered them. I haven't given them absolutely anything. They've been sitting here collecting dust for the last 8 months. And so I popped it open today, wondering how they're going to do, knowing they're resilient, but if they were still alive or not. Sure enough, they're moving around. They're going, and for some good reasons. And so they are moving around. I threw a couple pieces of apple and celery, like you may have seen from the short in there, and got them going again. So with all that said, I'm going to move the camera. We're going to take a look. So my mealworms, or all mealworms, or superworms as well, excellent source of the calcium, the protein, those other nutrients for the animal feed, really great for the garden. They lay small little eggs that can more or less hibernate, I guess. They will stay in the little bit of soil or food or whatever they're in and hatch when the conditions are ready. So you're going to see a lot of dead ones, but the reason they're constantly hatching out. So I haven't done anything to them besides add just a little bit of the apple and some food just to rehydrate them. So mealworms are extremely easy to take care of. Let me get this camera right. As long as they're not in the house, yeah. So mealworms are extremely easy to take care of. And we're going to do that now. So I'm going to grab this bin here. I like to keep them just in these Rubbermaid bins. Now, mealworms can't fly or really crawl up. The sides, these plastic sides, are excellent because they can't crawl up it, and so it keeps them all in the bin. You don't really even need a lid. This here is a shelf, and this is for when they're pupating, and so I will talk about that in a few, but we're going to set that aside. Let me clean this out. These are some dead beetles. I'm actually going to throw these in a bin. Oh, there it is. And these are going to go in this bin, and I'll just give those to the birds. Okay. So first of all, you're going to need a bin like this. Then you're going to need some sort of substrate to keep them in. That's going to be a food for them. So you can use something like bran or oat. Here I just have some rolled oats. You can also use maybe chick starter feed if you really want to give them a super boost. Sometimes I'll put some chick starter feed in here. And they like that. And so this is what they'll live in, more or less. And then they're also, oh, and I forgot my little bag of fruit. That's okay. So this is what they're going to live in. Every week or two, or in this case, 8 months, you're going to want to throw them some of your butchering scraps or garden scraps. And that's done just so that for moisture. That's how they get their moisture. This is the bin that I really wanted to get to. This is the special one. So this is the special one. We'll talk about that in just a moment. We set this aside. So this one is going to go on top of this new one. we had just made. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, if you could see in here, you're going to see a whole lot of worm casing. That on the bottom there's the frass. And then if you look at this apple, already they are going to town on that. And so you'll see a bunch of little worms. And so those are just from eggs that have hatched that are revitalizing. They're going to get a good energy boost and water from this apple. So I'm going to take that and put that in our new tub. And so if you're unfamiliar with mealworms, they're these little guys. The birds absolutely love them. And so they hatch out, and over the course of several months, they start as tiny, tiny little worms, and they'll get up to much bigger ones. When they get big enough, let me see if I can find one, they will start to turn into, they'll start to pupate. And they might be in my other bin, but I know there's some in that stage as well. Let me find those. You're going to want to keep several bins, and you're going to want to move this special tray that we're going to get to in a minute here around to the bins every several weeks, and that is so that the worms are more or less the same size in the bin when you sift it out. And you're going to have to excuse me, it is almost 100 degrees in here, and I am very hot. So let me look in this bin and see if we have one of our pupating ones. I believe we did. So if you see all this in here that looks like dirt, this is all frass. That's all the castings. So that's what will be sifted out and put in the garbage. I saw some earlier. The little pupas, they turn into these things that look like xenomorphs, or they look like aliens. Okay. This is one of the bigger bins. This is where I had beetles. You'll see a lot of them are dead. That's the final stage. I know there are alive ones in here, though. But let me find, here's some of these pupating ones. There we go. Ooh, and that one's wiggling around. You'll see, maybe if the camera shows. There we go. So they turn into these little xenomorph looking things, and they'll stay like that for a little bit. When they're in this stage, I pull them out and I'll put them on this black tray, and this sits in one of the bins. And it does that because when they turn into the beetle, which is the next stage, they'll walk off, they'll fall off the edge of this tray into the bin, and the beetles can't get back up on here because it's slippery, so they'll stay under it with an apple or something like that, and that way they don't eat their pupa because they will eat the other pupa. There we go. So you got those pupas, and they will stay in that form, I believe, for a week or two, and once they are done in that form, they will go to a beetle. And let me see if I can find a live one. I know there are. And I was looking at it earlier. There's worms in here. There's pupa that will turn into more beetles. Beetles have wings, but they harden up, so they can't fly. Well, I don't know if I can find a live beetle. They are in there, walking around in one of these bins. And let me just show the beetle for now. These are the beetles. And they will put out eggs. And so what I'm looking to do is I will take some of my beetles to start with, find a live one. I might have to do this later, so we'll talk about it. Okay, so we will find a live beetle. And once I have these beetles, or I could put the worms in here too, they'll turn into beetles. They're going to go in the top tray. The top tray needs to be cleaned out real quick. So they like to hide in these. They'll also lay eggs in these. That's why I keep some milk crates in there. Let me see if there's any live ones. If not, they're all going to go in the trash. These ones I'll probably put in the trash just because there's food scraps that have been in here for quite a while that I don't really want to go to the birds. Okay. So what's special about this tray is I've cut out the bottom of it, if you can see, and I just super glued a metal mesh screen in it. And so that's important because what I'll do is I'll put the beetles up top here, the little piece of apple or celery, something like that. And the beetles will walk around and they'll lay their little eggs, and the little eggs will fall through this screen into the bottom mesh. And then they will live in here, get some moisture from apples every now and then. Once they get big enough, and this will move to another bin every few weeks, this pot part. Once they get big enough, I can take my sifter tray, you'll see here. And so these are different size sifter trays. And so this is to sift out the mealworms by size, and then their fracs as well to put into the garden. So I'm not going to show all of that. Let me turn this camera back up so you can see my very sweaty self. So that's about the gist of it. And so I'm actually going to head inside now, and we'll talk about a few other things and jump into some comments and talk about the worms a little bit more. So grab yourself a snack or a cup of tea. It looks like we've got about 12 people in here. That is awesome. And we'll be right back. Whew. All right, Berna says, be right back. She needs coffee. Yeah. Well, I actually am back, but I'm going to go wash my hands real quick because I was playing with those bugs, and I just thought about that. So, Verna, you get your coffee. Everyone else, sit tight real quick here. I will be right back in just 2 shakes as well. You coming? Come on. No. Whew. All right. There we go. Matt, you need to get a wireless mic. First of all, can everyone see and hear me right now with this mic? Does the sound okay? So I know I'm really sorry that sound is bad. I have a wireless Cavalier mic, and it works with my videos when I'm on my phone. Let me back up a little bit. So my internet doesn't work out in the Quail Shack at all, really. And so I can't use the Wi-Fi. So I have to do if I'm live streaming, I have to do it off my phone using the phone internet. And for whatever reason, when I'm using my phone as a camera with StreamYard, it doesn't do it when I'm just recording, but when I use it with StreamYard, it won't work with my mics at all. So I'm not sure why. So I do apologize for that sound. I am trying to figure out what mic I need to get or how I need to work that with StreamYard. So, and we got a couple other people in here. Steve's in here. Hello. Good to see everyone. So it looks like there's about 12 people in here. So if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. And it was very hot out there. It's a little cooler in here. I'll talk about that too tonight. But the volume was too low. Oh, sorry, Verna. Hopefully you heard some of that. I don't know how interesting it was. Talking about the mealworms. It is an important part here of our homestead that I want to be pushing more coming up. It's something I got started. And I was actually kind of surprised they didn't all die the way I had them just stored and had set that aside. So that's kind of neat getting that up and going again. And there's enough in there that it'll go fast. Hopefully everyone understood kind of what I was saying or could hear it well enough. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now where I can talk about it a little better. I couldn't see the comments or anything like that either. So I do got to get technical issues fixed still. And so I just apologize for that right now.
But how is everyone doing? Now that I can see the comments here, how are you doing? How's the weather where you're at? Or what do you got going on that's new? Any celebrations, things you want to talk about? Any questions you have or answers? Anything about my mealworm farm or the quail or plants? What's going on? We'll do that for a minute. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Verna. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about the worms. That's important. I also wanted to talk a little bit about it is extremely hot out there. I know it's extremely hot for a lot of people around the country. It's been about near 100 here, real dry heat and windy. So I've been working on getting the irrigation system built out in the yard. I really enjoy watering myself, but we do have some trips coming up and some things. So I need to get the automation, if you will, in the yard going a little better. I also hadn't set up my chicken watering system off the rainwater and off-grid solar system there yet. So we'll be working on that. Silversmithing, how cool. Yeah, so Age does some silversmithing. That's neat. What have you been working on, if you wanted to say? Let's see, I can put some of these comments up. There we go. Is in misery mode. Yeah, so you guys are getting, is it really hot or a lot of storms there? I know the country's in some craziness right now. We are caught in this heat bubble, I guess, that's been sitting over Mexico that is going to be moving up through New Mexico this week. And so that's kind of crazy. But so anyways, I've been working on getting the automation a little bit better with the watering system, trying to get the birds system set up. So I have some stuff coming up over the next few weeks. Some I can't talk about because it's personal, but it's extremely exciting. And then some other stuff I can't talk about for some security reasons. However, very shortly here, I will be able to talk about. So sorry, I know that's real vague, but we have some real exciting stuff coming up that we will be filming and get a show. So I can't really talk about that right now, though. What was Mr. Landfill? Finally got some rain, but not enough. Okay, yeah. Well, we just haven't had any rain. And so Age is doing gifts for now, thinking of doing, hey, that would be cool. Well, I would commission you for that if you wanted to do something. Most certainly I would commission for that. And highs in the mid 80s and humidity is about as high. Yeah, yikes. So I know New Mexico, like I said, it's been up near 100, but our humidity is at like, I don't know, 3 or 4% or something like that. And it's windy. So the good thing about those high heat, dry heats that a lot of people from the other parts of the country realize when they come here is things you can do to cool yourself down really work here because it's not humid. So like going in the shade will drop the temperature significantly. Having a fan significantly drops it. Putting a wet towel on your neck will bring your temperature down a lot. Sweating itself or misting yourself with water because it's not humid really helps bring that down. So that humidity I've experienced a couple times in my life. I'm sorry about that. I know that makes the whole difference because you can't really get yourself cool. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't tell right now, but I'm so excited. Hopefully, let's see. And so I think next week I'll be able to share some. Hot, humid, but no rain. Need rain desperately. Yeah. Okay, yep. So yeah, we need rain here too. That is definitely, I oil more than I sweat. Rain is the downfall here, or moisture, water, really. If it wasn't for the city stuff, we'd pretty much be dried up unless I put a cistern in. So speaking of that heat, we do swamp coolers out here in the desert, which if you're unfamiliar with what that is there's a big unit on your roof that pumps water up in there. Water comes into the unit, and it pumps it up and over some panels, some filter panels, and then air is sucked through that in and then blown down into the house. And so it cools it down, I don't know, like 10 degrees maybe. They don't work all that well. We have refrigerated air out here, but it's real expensive. So we use our swamp cooler some. I don't have AC in the car. I just roll down the windows and put up with it. In the Quail Shack, I have fans that they're in there installed. I just have to get them wired in. Something I'm excited about, though. Okay, yeah, so you know exactly. Yeah, Tucson, man, it's hot there too. So one thing I did break down and finally get was a small window AC unit. And it's a real small one. I got it that way on purpose, real low power. It's going to be one of the first things that goes into this lithium LiFePO4 solar system I'm hooking up for the house. I've been piecing together slowly. And so that's going to go onto that. And so it's a very small one, but where it's placed is in the bunker or in the pantry, the long-term pantry. The reason I did break down and get that, even though the heat doesn't bother me too much, but this is my bunker preparedness segment tip, I guess, is unless you want to be eating Z-bugs and you don't have, animals like the quail, chickens, and things we have, another option is that stored food. Now, we don't have a freeze dryer. I'd love to get one, but we do buy a lot of freeze-dried foods of the ready ones. And those do need to be, even canned goods, things you do like that, it's going to significantly prolong the life of them, the more climate controlled you have them. And so this room getting up to 90 degrees is really going to cut that lifespan down. So that window unit's there. It keeps everything below 80 degrees in the room that a lot of that long-term stuff is stored. So that's really the reason I have it. However, I can tell you it feels really nice in here. So that it does. Hey, Buster, good to see you. Yeah, I saw you in here too. I didn't mention though. Good to see you. Wow. Yuck. Yuck, Buster. Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah, so our shade tree, our dogwood tree, and our peach tree that I put in the yard are finally big enough for us to enjoy some shade. My wife actually got to sit out not dogwood, it's a river birch. My wife got to sit out under the shade of that today and do some of her typing, and she really enjoyed it. And that makes me happy because something that I planted. All the plants make me happy, but the ones that I plant that really take time, like the grapes or fruit trees or things, when you finally see the fruits coming after several years of caring for it, that makes me happy. So our garden has been behind this year. So last year I went with my gut more and I planted a lot of things. The garden did really well. I wanted to do better this year, so I decided to go with the Farmer's Almanac and with what I thought temperatures were going to be. So New Mexico's kind of funny because we'll still get below freezing temperatures up until like late March. We have our last freeze in mid-April, and then by mid-June, it's up near 100. So we really miss that spring. Planting's kind of funny. With all that said, this year, I think I prolonged things a little too much. So we're going to have a really, really good fall harvest, but we're not harvesting a lot of things right now. So it is what it is, but we are learning. Geez, you guys, in New Mexico here, one thing we don't have is humidity. So, my hair dries pretty much right when I get out of the shower, and I don't have to worry about wood molding or anything like that. Very different type of heat. Sometimes I clown on people like in the UK when they were saying it was 86 degrees and they're having this heat wave and all that. And I clown on them and I think 86, but when you put that humidity in there, yeah, it can get up there. Oh, cool. Buster says he went fishing all day and it didn't seem that bad. Did you catch anything? So I can use this word. I suck at fishing. I'm no good at it. I love it. I don't do it enough. I'd love to do it more. I'm not good, but I do love it. Hey, Spice of Life's in here. We got to go on a fishing trip sometime soon. We do, yeah. So I take that back. It's our vegetables that are a little behind. They're getting. I planted things this year purposely to develop their root structures. I amended the soil for that, so I know they have a really strong, firm base. Nothing's diseased or has any issues like that. Everything's very healthy. It's just a little late in starting. Herbs are doing great though. Teas are on the way. Well, I don't know if I want to show that yet. We've been held up a little bit in my research and development with time, with getting the bank side of that started. Things are finally starting to roll now, though. And so, and not looking at the 1st of June, maybe the mid of June, just because of some bigger things coming up. To roll that out, my wife's helped with that. And so that's still something I'm very excited about. I wish I could share that. And so I'm over 1,000 subscribers. And so as I mentioned last week, we're going to be doing a giveaway, but that's going to be in conjunction with launching the website officially and T-Business. And so that's going to be a lot of giveaways. So that's still coming. Humidity is miserable. If you blew moisture from a swamp cooler on someone in Michigan during the summer, you might get hit. Yuck. Yeah. Well, when we're looking at land, because of a couple reasons, we kind of look close first, but I'm not against being in another area. Basically, I'm going to go where God takes us. And so, who knows where that may take. So I do like looking and hearing about all other areas of the country and how people do in those areas. Oh, okay, great. Nephew's birthday. How cool. So Farmer Casey's birthday is coming up real soon here. And, well, I don't want to give exactly for, security and stuff, but we'll say it's somewhere between the beginning of June and the end of July. So Farmer Casey's birthday is coming up. We're going to be doing some real cool things. Excuse me. No, I didn't get the night. So I have it pulled up here. I actually hadn't worked on it, Verna. I'm going to turn it on now. I turned it off because it was blocking people for using all caps or emojis, and I couldn't figure it out. I think it's joining streams. Let's see. So I may have removed it from my moderators list. Let me check. No, actually, I need to, after tonight's stream, I'd been doing them like 8:39, and I hadn't made my thumbnail yet. And so to be 100% honest, Verna, in your stream, when you announced my stream tonight, and you said it was 10 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock mine, that's about right. So I decided to go with that. But I'm going to take advantage of getting off a little earlier tonight, and I'm going to rewatch your stream and try and figure Nightbot out. But let's see. You can help with that. Go to filters and disable all but the links in Nightbot. All right. We still got about 9 people in here. I'm going to mess with Nightbot and chat with chat. The few things I wanted to get out was talking about mealworms. So we did that in the beginning. If you didn't see, the rest of the stream is open up for any questions about that. But I'm going to spend some time just chatting and fellowshipping for the next 26 minutes here, kind of figuring out Nightbot maybe. So you're all welcome to go on this little journey here with me. All right, Verna, so I'm going over to Nightbot, and I'm going to go to my commands. Okay, someone type in GBH. This is a command that I don't think was working, but for Grafted Branch Homestead, but let's see what it does. So if someone wants to type GBH, Grafted Branch, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Site. Thank you, Mr. Landfill. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's going to flood it, though. We'll see what that if it works. Thanks, everyone. All right. Well, it doesn't look like we'll give it a second, but it doesn't look like Nightbot's doing it anyway. So nope, Nightbot didn't do it. Let's see what else I can do here. Okay, thanks, Verna. Yeah, everyone wait. So let me try and type it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to help me, Verna, my plan was to go. Oh, okay, there we go. So it dropped it, but it's not as a link. So that's my problem. I got it to do it where if someone does GBH, and it should do it for everyone, I think we just flooded it. Steve says, Nightbot is not in this chat. Oh, yeah, there it is. I don't have the command right. Yeah. So I'm going to go into command here. Verna's, I guess I heard her say in her stream this morning, she's been doing computers since 10 years before I was born. So I am no good. And well, Sykes in here, he'll attest to you. He's excellent with computers too. And I've never been good with them my whole life. I can't figure my phone out. I just have, other interests, which is fine. So I'm really pushing myself to the extremes here with doing all this. Yeah, along with Verna's mini talents. So CDB, I know you've had, I don't want to spill too much, but I know you've had some tooth stuff. I hope you're feeling all right this evening. All right, let's see. Not streaming or bots, though. Yeah, no, I know. You're good with some other things. And age is good, actually, I know, too. So we got some really good people in here. But, all right, Verna. So I'm going to go back in here to my command. Dental work Tuesday. We'll be praying for you. Yuck. Let me know if you need anything. All right, let me go in here to my command I have for it and edit the command. We all have strong areas and weak areas. Yep. And so that's actually why groups are important and people's important. This is something that is one of my big challenges. I'm kind of socially awkward, and to be completely honest, I'm no good at making friends or groups or anything like that. So a huge goal of mine is a couple different groups, just, friends and support groups. I also want to put together a MAG or a mutual assistance group. And this is basically just people either around the country or locally that, if something bad happened, you can help them out. And so that's something I'm trying to do. All right, Verna, alter it to your, okay. Verna says, copy and paste this. Oh. I like your words. I'm going to do that. All right, Verna, let me copy and paste. So I got to do this. Let's see. I got to open it on view on YouTube. If you guys, this tech stuff doesn't interest you, what you can do is go out of the chat and hit the thumbs up, hop back in chat, and stick through it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry about that. But you can throw in some comments that aren't related if you like and sidetrack me. It's really easy to get me on rabbit trails. You're doing great. Thanks, Buster. Okay. So let me see. I need this to show the whole comment. Why is it not showing this whole comment? No, Verna, I like your words. I'm going to use your words. Oh, it's because it says vase place. I see. Well, I'm going to use close to you. You have a way with words. All right. So I got it copied. And now I'm going to put this in the message, right? Paste. And we're going to put Grafted Branch Homestead. Look, I can screen share. I think I'll show anything that. Yeah, I won't put vase place on here. Although I should put in a command to send people your way because you're so helpful that, I could just say something like quail questions and it pops up your link. Or really lots of other questions. So Bernie, you were showing your yarrow and things. I'm going to cut down one of mine here. Yours was the pink yarrow, I believe. Well, let me finish doing what I'm doing, then I'm going to cut one of those down. There we go. All right, Grafted Branch Home, it says, please check out this awesome channel. That's what I think I want. Okay. And that might save it. So let's hop back in, and I'm going to assign someone. Yeah, major introvert. Yep. One thing at a time. Yeah, sorry. So I'm self-diagnosed or undiagnosed ADHD probably, I'm assuming, just because I jump all over. So that's one thing my channel offers to everyone. If you would like to sidetrack me or play little games or get me on trails, that's definitely possible. Yes, and I think it worked. Grafted Branch Home says, please check out this. Oh, thanks, Verna. That's cool. So I think that worked. Let me check it. And I went to Bay's Place. Verna, you rock. So next thing I need to do is, well, first thing I need to do is thank you. Second thing I need to do is offer it to anyone else. Now, you might not want to flood it because it doesn't work, but throughout the rest of the stream here, feel free to type in GBH for Grafted Branch Homestead if you have a channel, and that's going to throw up your link. But we want to put something on. Now go to filters. Okay. We want to put something on for everyone. So I'd like to get the weather in there. I think you did that too, Verna, right? Is that something you're familiar? Okay, let's go to filters. Where's filters? Is it in here? No. Where's the filters at? Oh, hey, thanks, Steve. I didn't know that. That's a good point. So if he says, let me throw that up there because some people may not want that. Good point there, Steve. So Steve says, if you don't have a channel, don't put it in because it'll rat you out for videos you have saved. That's kind of funny, but that's a good bit of info. Thanks, Steve. Down in the below timers. Fourth from the bottom. Is that in the Nightbot? Oh, that would be, well, that'd be add command. Okay, so let me go back over here. Fourth from the bottom. Oh, in timers. Okay. No, wait. What'd she say? Below the timers. So this is integration. Is it add command? Oh, add command, that'd be for weather, you're saying. Now, not in timers. Sorry. Okay, let's see. So not in timers. Spam protection. Okay. All right, there we go. So blacklist words or phrases. This filter allows you to time out custom words, phrases, or patterns. That can be useful. Excessive caps. Okay, so I did disable that. And emojis. Good. Links is enabled. People can put links. That's cool. Excessive symbols. Hey, you guys, symbol way. I like symbols. Hey, J Mary, last one. Howdy. You missed the bugs. The bugs. As my friend Schwab would say, the bugs. Disable all but links. Oh, okay, so I don't want to blacklist words and phrases. That's fine. Okay, there we go. There we go, Verna. So I think we got that done. So hey, J Mary, you're right now. What you're catching is some technical stuff. I'm working through setting up Nightbot in there. Hey, you almost missed me, but you're here. That's important. So thank you. I appreciate everyone. We actually got a. I don't know how many we have 13 in here right now. That's getting up there with some of my highest turnout for a live stream. So anyone that showed up wanting to see the stuff about the resilient mealworms, you're gonna have to watch the real replay. Excuse me, that was at the beginning, but you're more than welcome to ask questions. Disable links so only Nightbot will drop the links. Okay, we did that. So now we're getting Matt set up with this stuff I have not been able to figure out. Verna is getting me going. All right, Verna, do you happen to know how to do weather so I can get a command everyone can do? Hey, if you guys have a channel, so check out Verna's live stream from this morning where BC Gaming got her set up on Nightbox. There's a lot of good info in there. Or replay my stream tonight if these are some of the things you want to get. How are you doing there, J Mary, by the way? Is there anything going on you'd like to share? How's the weather? What have you got going on? Verna says, no problem, Verna. I'll give you as much time as you like. I'll just rabbit trail for a little bit here. Let's see. So I had a few things I wanted to, well, I have a lot I want to share right now, a ton of things on my mind and I want to talk about, but they're for various reasons, like I discussed, I just can't share them yet. Verna gets everyone going. Verna's awesome. So Nightbot is a moderator, I guess. It's a you just made me realize, I guess it's an AI moderator I'm putting on my channel. Putting it that way, I really don't like how that is. I don't like AI. I unplug the Google Homes all the time. Hey, you know what? I'm going to use it for this channel. Okay, Verna is posting this. I'm assuming this is what I need to copy. All right, Verna. So I need to add a command. And this is going to be the message here. So it's going to give weather. Now the command is going to be your city, I believe. Now, how would I put that in for someone to do their, so it's different, like specific area. All right, Verna, I'll wait for a second for you to give you next step here. So with technology, it really is, you got to hold my hand and walk me through it. So Saikin here, if you guys don't know, is a very special person to me. And he's been trying very hard to help me with technological things my entire life. And I feel bad, not because I asked him, but because it must be a struggle getting me to do these things. Weather and zip. Okay, so do I type that in the command, or is this good? Do I just save it like this? Spice of life. Spice of life, if you guys don't know. I'll share my website and a couple other things in a minute here, but that is my lovely wife, better half, who on the Grafted Branch Homestead here. She runs the Instagram, the TikTok, the other things. If you don't know, we're Grafted Branch Homestead, my homestead and training, and that's a name I gave us more so as a sign of faith, I guess. That's going to be our homestead future. At least I would like it to be, as we are grafted by grace. And so I gave it that name. We started off as Spicy Peach Farms. We like to grow a lot of peppers in our peach tree. And so we were Spicy Peach Farms. or the Spice of Life family. That's where the channel actually began in its name. So I think that's what she has the Instagram and TikTok under, I believe. You only put weather, Nightbot does it all. Okay, so let me type in weather. There we go. And so, okay, so I got that set up. I hope I did that right. If so, uncommand type weather. Okay, so let me type weather. Oops. No, I spelled it right. Okay. No location. Oh, okay. Weather, and I put New Mexico. Now, this is hopefully something everyone can do if it works right. Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay, so let me hop back over here. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a minute. That's really all the things I could think I wanted Nightbot to do for now. Unless you have suggestions, Verna. Okay. Mr. Manfield says rock on. Oh, I was talking about my wife. Yes. So Spice of Life is my wife. And she says, stop unplugging the Google. I need to ask it questions when I mid recipe covered in butter. Very good. Now that has prompted me to look for something here. So one moment. I'm going to share something. So I know you love the Google, babe, and I know it's helpful for timers and things like that. I know I hate the Google and I don't want it listening to me. So I'm going to share a funny meme. So this is a meme I think is very funny. Excuse me, clearing my throat there. I'm going to screen share this. Well, it's going to show the whole screen. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yes, I'm sorry, babe, for unplugging all these. Here's something I think is funny. There we go, right there. So that says here, people in the 60s, I better not say that or the government will wiretap my house. People now, hey, wiretap, do you have a recipe for pancakes? Sorry if you think that was funny. I get a kick out of that one. Oh, what's she saying? Oh, Google cannot hear you unless you hit the microphone. Possibly. It listens to me all the time, though, and responds to me even when I'm not talking to it. Maybe I'm just paranoid, and I let my family do the things, but, you know. Oh, hey. And so someone else here. All right. So weather in New Mexico. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 75 right now. Very nice. The wind is blowing from the west at 6 miles an hour. Current humidity is 7%. So that takes it from downtown. We actually sit up on the high mesa here, and so our temperatures and winds and things are a little different than what it gives there. Yeah, he could. All right, and so here Verna is trying it. So weather in Franklin, conditions are clear. The temperature is 72. Wind is blowing southeast at 1 mile an hour. Current humidity is 79%. Woo! Oh, okay, here Mr. Landfill. So weather in Flint, conditions are clear with a temperature of 72. You guys see the lights dim a little bit there? The compressor kicked on for one of the fridges. So this house was built a long time ago. We really need to upgrade the electric box. Site can attest to this. Right now, though, I'm running that little air conditioner unit full blast and both freezers and the lights and everything else. And so it dimmed a little bit, but the room's holding. So once I can get these freezers and air conditioner, hopefully, on some other stuff. Okay. 72 wind is blowing at 1 mile an hour, so 77% humidity. Wow. Yeah. And yep, everyone's reminding me to ask the 9-year-old. Yep. So I am, let's see, 20, 29 years older than Farmer Casey, and he teaches me a lot. Let's catch up on comments. So Nikki over there is saying yes, and I do apologize for misspelling your name in Verna's chat this morning. It responds to the TV. Sometimes it just comes on and responds. I barely have to say, the thing. I don't want to say it out loud because everyone's stuff. Actually, no, this might be kind of funny. I'm sorry. Okay, Alexa. Hey, Google. Siri. Did I activate anyone's devices? Oh, no. A sinus migraine. Oh, I'm sorry. You need one of those neti pots or sinus. Man, I used to get migraines really, really bad, and I'd actually even take some like Imitrex or things. I don't like taking pharmaceuticals, but there's nothing like a migraine. And so I haven't gotten them in a while, luckily. Oh, let's see. Short Pickens here is saying weather for Bellflower. I like that name. It's a neat name. Conditions are partly cloudy. Temperatures 83. So it says you're even a little hotter. The wind is blowing from the southeast at 6 miles an hour. Current humidity is 66. So it sounds here like your humidity is slightly lower, your temperature is slightly higher than most people's. So I'm going to give it to Nikki maybe right now for being the hottest. Now my thermometer was reading 90 degrees where I'm at, and we have less humidity than what Albuquerque says because of where we are. If you're Albuquerque sits at almost a mile up, and where we're at high on the mesa, we got to be darn near a mile. So the winds blow across the mesa. Mesa means table in Spanish, but the winds blow across these tabletop hills, strip it of all its nutrients and moisture. I feel like I'm always coming on the streams talking about humidity. The lights flicker and I squirreled. I told you guys I'm ADHD. And you get me and Farmer Casey together in our chats and things. We chase squirrels all over the place. Nope. You have a different command for your Alexa. Oh, man, I didn't get anyone, huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, no, I understand. Actually, I don't like taking pharmaceuticals unless I absolutely have to for a lot of reasons. When I took the Imitrex, I did notice that really played into my anxiety more too. So one of the things, well, I like to talk about my battles and stuff on my stream. I think it's important to bring things to the light, to talk about what's going on in life. So I do battle a lot of social anxieties, and I do have panic attacks, things like that. I try and mitigate that as best as possible, and it really works. I can. But basically all I'm saying is I really understand that, Vernon. Is that what it said the humidity was, 7%? And it's even less where we're at. So if it's at 7, so New Mexico, it takes it downtown, down by the Rio Grande or the river. So the humidity's it's a lot lower elevation than where I'm at right here, and it's a lot more humid. It either does it there or from the airport. I lost it. Yeah. So I know CDB has a lot of migraine things, and there's times you just have to take certain things sometimes. I handle migraines until they make me, yeah, I'm so sorry. Yuck. Yep. If you have peppermint tea, Verna, it's a natural leaf for sinus pressure. And she uses it for migraines. Okay. Spice of Life saying that. Yeah, she's real good with a lot of these different herbs and things. Vicks, okay, I've heard that before too. So yeah, if you guys got some advice for Verna, I'm sure she has what she's doing too. Yep. We're not going to be on. We just hit an hour, so we're not going to be on too much longer. Anyways, Mr. Landfill, thank you always for showing up. I really appreciate the fellowship and get to chat with you. And so you have a good evening, sir. And we'll see you later. Yep. So we're going to be on. I'll be on for another 5-10 minutes, probably here, just chatting and stuff a little bit more. And people are saying, "Sweet dreams." Yep. And good night. Oh no, 2 operations. Yeah. I get a stuffy nose and some sinus stuff in the morning, but that's about it. So, um, I'll be on for a few more, 5-10 more minutes here. But I do want to say, if you guys are new or watching later or unfamiliar, I do a stream with Farmer Casey. And actually, I'm going to try and find something real quick here. So I do a live stream with Farmer Casey Sunday mornings. That's 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 Central, and 10 a.m. Eastern. I think I got that right. And so that's Garden Chat with Matt and Garden Tea with Farmer Casey. That one's a whole lot of fun. I get to show garden and some going-ons. And me and Farmer Casey just get some good chat. So encourage you guys to join us Sunday mornings, or again next week, Saturday evening. We'll be here. And that one's going to be a lot of fun. You guys want to be here next Saturday evening. I get to divulge. I get to tell a little bit of my secrets and my excitement. So next Saturday and next Sunday, be here for sure. I'm going to find something and share real quick. Oh, well, I'll freeze my computer. We'll do that later. What I was going to show is I just have some neat pictures my wife took of me and Farmer Casey today. So right after this, I'm going to put up I don't have to do the Nightbot stuff right after this because Verna helped me. So I'm going to put up the thumbnail for our live stream tomorrow with one of those cool pictures. Check that out. Oh, it looks like Psych. Hey, have a great night, Psych. Thanks for showing up, and I'm assuming Age might be hopping off as well. You guys, thank you so much. You don't know how much it means to me showing up and joining in the fellowship tonight. You guys have a great one. Praying for Vernon. Yep. Everyone's saying good night. And thanks to Buster. Don't forget to do the settings tonight, Matt. Are you talking about the thumbnail for tomorrow? I'm going to do it right after the stream, if that's what you're saying. Verna is excellent at reminding me, too. I'm not good about that. I know I said last week, let me write a note, that I was going to make more of a generic thumbnail that I could put up. And then I thought, well, I really want one that I make that's relevant to what I'm going to talk about. And I usually don't get that till last minute. So I think what I'm going to do is make a generic one that I can put up right after the stream for the next week. Make a note here. And then I can always change that thumbnail pic. I will get that done. Thank you, Verna, for reminding me so much. Oh, and J. Mary, last one. You're going to hit the road too. Night all. Take care. You'll try to make it tomorrow. Thanks for showing up. I love having you in here. It's awesome. So you have a great evening. Be safe. And hopefully we see you tomorrow in the morning. Yeah. Good night, Age. Good to see you. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Verna's sticking around. Okay, Verna. We'll be on for a few more here until I get tired, I guess. I might as well go for a few. I started a little early. I have a lot of energy. I'll tell everyone my regiment. We get through these comments. Okay, cool. There we go. So I got a lot of energy right now. I actually took a little regiment. So there's nothing in it that gives you energy. But I've talked before. I don't have it here. I've been getting this powder mix called a black powder, I believe, from Frugal Off Grid, and it's beetroot and black pepper, and I think turmeric. There's some other things in there. It's good for regulating blood pressure and heart health. So I've been taking, what I'll do is I'll mix that with about 4 ounces of water in a glass. Mix it real good. I take another glass and I put a liquid IV in it. And I did this specifically this time because I've been out in the sun so much. I was feeling like a piece of leather and pretty dehydrated. So I did that with a bottle of water. And then I did a third one with some fiber and a bottle of water. And so this is my little regimen. Now that first one with that beet powder, I take it like a shooter. And it seems to give me a lot of energy. And there's nothing in it specifically to give you energy. So I'm wondering if it's regulating blood pressure or sugars with me a little bit. And then again, I did the liquid IV because I was in the sun a lot. It's always a good idea to super hydrate. And then the fiber, I've had a lot of surgeries. I'm missing half my intestines. If you guys don't know, you're a little new. I've talked about it a few times, but they removed a good portion of my, most of all, large colon, and I had organs removed, fistulas and things there. Anyhow, so with that little regimen I took, I have a lot of energy. I didn't even drink a cup of coffee. It kind of cuts that need out initially at least. So I might hang out and just chat as long as people want to. Let me think here if there's anything else I can share. So I want to share, I have sitting right here some of my packaging for my teas, and I really want to share that, but it's not finished. It still has some of the sample stuff on it, not all mine, so I'll wait. I can't share that. Let's see. Not a lot else right here. We got 10 people. Wow, I still got a bunch of people in here. Okay, then. So we're going to do some chat. And I don't have anything to talk about other than the chat. Hey, Yud, you made it. Or Yud? I can invite you up. Sure, Verna. If you want to come up, we can do that. I'll invite you up. We might as well hang out for a little bit. We'll do that. All right. So I'm going to invite you up, Verna. Anyone else that wants to hop up can too. How do I do this? Let's see. All right, I copied it. You're late. You missed Mealworm talk and AC talk and weather and some technical stuff. Replay if you want to catch that later. But you made it just in time. We're still going. And you made it for the late night fellowship. All right, sorry, Verna. So I don't have sound going right now because I don't want it to echo. So if I bring you up, Verna, I'm going to need to put a headset on, I think. Let's try this. So before you'll replay later. Cool, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, replay later. Leave a thumbs up, everyone. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn that bell to all. And if you watch in the replay, leave comments. All of that really helps. Do I look goofy? I haven't used this in a while. Let's see if I can plug the headset in so I can get some sound so I can hear you, and then I'm going to bring you up, Verna. Okay. Let's see if I can hear. Hello, 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 hello. All right. Okay, I can hear. There we go. Oh, look, I put it up. There we go. All right, Verna. So I think, oh, there you are. Hey, I see you. Hey, Verna.
I'm going to stop the camera so the kids don't see what I'm doing.
Okay, so I can hear you,
but you can still see me and hear me.
So I was asking. Oh, no, okay. That's all right. No, that's cool. Yeah. And so I can hear you on replay. It's a little odd. Or on it's a delay.
Yeah, you turn your volume on your open one
and if
down
anyone
to
else
low.
wants to come up, we can do that too. cool. There we go. I got to make a little icon picture
Well,
like
thank
that.
you,
So I know
CDD.
I got 12 thumbs up. Look at that. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm so excited when I see that.
You should be excited. You got 13 from what I see.
So, oh, hey, look at it. That's cool. So that's pretty neat. I guess I could show some of the things I got back. Well, yeah.
So you
So
see,
first, I
Matt, as
know,
soon as I
I
learn
guess
something, I like
we've
sharing
been,
it.
we've been doing a whole lot of live streaming lately. I've caught you in a couple of them. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, yeah, if you like, you could try something out. I got put up here. So all you got to do is type in weather and like a zip code or city or state, and it'll tell us the weather in your area. I'm a right. What?
Yeah, you got 14 thumbs up
You guys
now,
rock.
Matt.
Yeah, that's cool. Your so Spice there loves writing. That's her thing. Verna, have you been doing your freeze dryer more lately? I think you were doing some candies or
I
something. You
I
said.
just finished up yesterday. I finished up 2 stacks of celery, which made 3 trays of celery, and 1 tray of broccoli slaw.
Oh wow.
Now Monday is going to be cooler again,
Oh cool.
so I'll be
That is so
doing
cool. I know me
original
and
Skittles.
oh okay. How cool. Original Skittles. So that's something we really want to experiment with. It does it work a lot better when it's cooler or
Well, it doesn't heat up my apartment because everything running gives off heat.
no, I okay, gotcha. So the yeah, yep, that makes sense. I'm gonna have to
Nikki, you
rewatch
should
too.
come
I
on
missed
up.
part of the mealworms because I was in the quail barn doing the evening chores and egg collection. How cool! Yeah, so we, you could come up if you'd like. Yeah,
And then we could talk to Matt about QuailCon.
you'll have to rewatch though. I was in the Quail Shack doing mealworms. Yeah, we could talk about that. That'd be awesome. There we go. Mealworms are great. I want to start raising black soldier flies too for the protein.
You may have a little bit
Birds,
of a
they absolutely love
problem with your lack of humidity.
with the black soldier flies.
Yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
I
Well,
don't
we
know. I would
might
research it
stick with
more
mealworms
first.
and they work well for us. They don't need any humidity really. Well, certainly will. That's good. Good advice. I have my notepad here so I can keep some notes today. Did you get a good egg haul there this evening, Nikki? Hey, and Verna's back. Awesome. Hey, look, when I'm looking at this screen, it looks like I'm looking at Verna.
You have to ignore the feedback and just go with what is actually
Yeah.
being live.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Okay, yeah, says mealworm equals worm castings, right? Yep. So we talked about we do the mealworms for the protein and calcium and things for the birds, also for the frass. So that was a big part we talked about earlier too, was using that frass or castings. Oh, CDB's got a question.
Yeah, I will be. I have to get a big bag of ice. Have somebody go get me a big bag of ice, and then
Yeah,
I'll be doing that.
yeah.
Cooey and then quail.
I would grab you a bag of ice, Verna, but
But
if
it
I
would
head to the
melt before
store
he got here.
and head your way, it's going to be melted by the time I get.
Yep. You says, cool, I'll tune in
I
for
did
that.
pretty good, 52. So that must be 52 eggs. I'm assuming that's a good haul. Yeah.
I got some lazies. I only got 12 eggs yesterday, or 13. I got
I
13 eggs
really need to do a
yesterday.
call this week.
You, I don't process
13. I
online,
might have been, yeah, kind of lazy too. So I only have 17 birds right now.
but I show the end product and will explain to you what to do with the innards and stuff.
Yeah. You could
Hey,
feed them
but
some mealworms or fish. Well, fish should be hard in the apartment.
Buster, did you get the pickled everything pickled cookbook yet?
Sorry.
Here's the third cookbook is
That's
everything
what you need,
pickled.
Buster.
That way you get a lot of ideas. Where's a good place to get breeding cooey pair? Are you going to QuailCon?
Yeah.
Then I don't know where you can get them at. You'd have to look around, try marketplace and everything else, or animal
And Verna's
auctions in
sharing.
your area.
Hmm. I wonder if they could ship them because they ship birds and things.
I would be afraid to ship cooey because they can chew through anything.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah. So the FedEx game may not be too excited.
Right. See, if you were going
So I've
to
been
QuailCon,
we're gonna
I
start
would have
selling
be
some
able to do
hatching
it.
eggs or things like that. Some
He could get them at the pet store, but he'd have to be able to sex them because people at the
I
pet
got to
store
get
don't
used
know
to the
how to
talking.
sex them.
Sorry, Verna.
You're fine, Matt. I do it all the time. This is your live stream, not mine.
Okay.
Dumb question, but
Well, yeah,
Cooey from
I
Pet
want to
Store.
start selling the hatching eggs, but I got to look into all that to getting the inserts and all.
Their original name, CD, is Cooey because they come from South America. It's the explorers that thought they were too cute that named them guinea pigs, and that's why you can get them at the pet store.
What did I accomplish? I got Nightbot set up.
Yeah, so it's Cooey when it's livestock, it's guinea pigs when they're pets. I'm using my favorite cup for live streaming. Gedro's Urban Homestead.
What's that cup, Vern?
Gedro's Urban Homestead.
Oh, neat.
They're in Louisiana.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's Aaron Gedro's.
Now, yes, I've seen them. Yeah. How cool.
The males have a little circle above the little slit. So that's how you know the females from the male. It's exactly the same as rabbit. Yes, you'd. They're cold, so you can put them
Okay, so it's
directly
not a
onto your
hot
plant.
compost. You can direct apply it. That's
Yep.
cool.
In fact, you can actually save up your droppings and put some seeds in it, and you're ready to go. But
That's a great idea.
Buster, you can always pick them tomorrow.
So what are sand plums?
I'm not sure. What are sand plums, Buster?
Right. Well, we were wanting to do rabbits for the cold compost and then raw animal food for the dogs and stuff. We don't need it, but we would use it for others. Koi might actually be a better thing than rabbits.
No, because rabbits are more doable for the simple fact it takes 55 to 75 days gestation for guinea pigs. Only 30 days for rabbits. Cooey usually has 2 to 4 per litter.
Okay, it's kind of like the difference with quail and chickens, and
Whereas Rabbits can have from 8 to 20. They both have to
Oh, wow.
be
Okay.
alive for the same amount of time.
So yes, Nikki at Short Pickens. Yeah. So we are going to be selling our teas. I talk about it a lot. Sorry for saying again if you have all heard me, but in a few weeks, about mid-July, we're going to be launching that. Here's a sticker. I don't want to show much else on it, but we're getting that going. Stay tuned.
Steve said it right. You will be doing it soon.
I'll bug everyone until it happens.
Yeah, I'm not co-streaming, Matt. I'm just on here with you. I'll be excited when you get the
Oh, yeah.
storefront open.
No, that's good, Verna. I'm actually going to be hopping off in a few minutes here. It's been about an hour and a half. Yeah. That'll be awesome. Thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate you joining.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, Steve. Farmer Casey will have his own labels.
Yeah, so the Farmer Casey, so I'll explain this real quick. We're going to be doing grafted teas, and those are ones that are sourced all organically from different places, and that's so that we can scale some teas. But what I'm real excited about is we're doing um, Farmer Casey's garden teas, and so those are going to be all grown here or organically, but I can't really say that. They're all naturally. And so those are going to be more small batch. He has his own labels. He's picking his own blends, and those will be sold out as well. Most of the profit will be set aside for him for later in life and help him with learning about entrepreneurship. Yeah, the Kool-Aid tea is gonna be exciting. So we'll talk a little bit more about the teas in the morning, but that's still coming. It's gonna be in July when that's launched. I'm thinking mid-July is where we're at now. But anyhow, I am gonna hop off, and so I'm gonna say goodbye and thanks to everyone. First of all, thank you, Verna, so much for all your help and for
My
hopping on as
pleasure.
well.
And blessings, everyone.
Yep, blessings, everyone. So I'm not going to go through the whole list of everyone that's in here because there's still 12 people in here. First of all, I think that's amazing. You guys all rock. Thank you so much for listening to me and for joining. So make sure you hit the thumbs up and on your way out. If you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. And we will see you guys either tomorrow or next week. Oh, your birthday's in July. All right. So be good comments. You guys rock. Do things. Stay strong. Get a good night's sleep. We'll see you tomorrow or next week. Thank you for moderating as well, CDB.